If you don't want to in the thing, you can like stand here so you can see yourself in the mirror. Okay, I'm here with Sarah, and we're going to pretend Sarah doesn't know how to breathe, and no one's ever talked to her about how to breathe.
It's not properly.
And so if I repeat anything I've said before, I apologize. I want to think about the shape first that I'd like you to make when you inhale. So we'll start at the front part of the front and top of the vocal tract, which is the lips, is where we end, and then we'll work our way down for today's tutorial. So first step, let your lower jaw descend like this. And when your jaw drops, the tip of your tongue can be pressed against the roots of your lower teeth, so you feel the bottom part of your lower teeth and the top part of your lower gums at the same time on the tip of your tongue. And that means your tongue just descends as your jaw descends. Another word you could say is release. Release your jaw.
And then my jaw walks anyway.
Same shape as when you yawn. And then farther back, we can think the back of your throat, that the base of the tongue can sink down a little bit too. So back here, the base of your tongue can sink down like what happens when you're yawning. And then up here, where we talked about last time, your soft palate and your uvula can go up, which is also what happens when you yawn. So we have three elements now. Down in the front, so your chin comes down and the tongue goes down. And then in the back, the base of the tongue goes down. The base of the tongue going down feels like a little bit of a stretch to me, or like I have a weight, like a weighted blanket or a sandbag, tiny sandbag on the back of my tongue. And then right above where the tongue is sinking down, the soft palate can stretch up. And then next and last step for the vocal tract part, open the back of your throat. Now if I do all of that, I open that much, I cannot stop air from rushing inside of my mouth because I'm surrounded by air pressure. So if I just make the shape, the air is going to come in. All I have to do is make the space big enough. And so the next part is down here. We want to think of releasing the abdominal wall. And so you can put your hands on your tummy if you want to right now, and you can feel a release. So don't even try to think about breathing, just think of releasing these muscles in your abdominal wall. Because I said I want to see your abdominal wall expand when you inhale, but I can do that. See this? And put your hand. You don't have to be in the thing, but put your hand here and you can see. Do you feel that? Like my stomach popped out. It popped out because I engaged my muscles and pushed. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to do this. You feel the difference? That's a release, not a push. So let's see if we can find that feeling of release on you. Put your hands on your tummy and release. Are you able to feel? Yeah. So now let's start at the top. Open, 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 open. Air rushes in, and as a result of releasing your abdominal wall, your tummy will pop out. And if you put your hand on my tummy again, you can feel and you can see when you are home, it's fast. This whole thing is very fast. Like I'm saying all these steps, but if you break down each individual piece, but it's very fast. So one more time. And this is what we will call the surprise party breath breathing exercise. So the thought that you walk in to the beautiful surprise party, all the people you love best have planned for you, and you're surprised and you're like, and now do you mind if I fill your tummy? So open. Good. And then, of course, the second part would be to somehow be able to keep this shape we've established and exhale. Do you feel the stretched open feeling in the back of your throat?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
And so we open to let the air in. Keep the space, and you can hear if I keep the space while I'm talking, I have like a yawning kind of sound in my voice, and so I can then finally engage the muscles in the abdominal wall to squeeze the air out for the second half of the breathing exercise if you go ahead into the candle blow instead of just the inhale. So let's try a couple of those. Inhale, release, contract. The second half of the exercise, if you go into the candle blow part, is trying to blow out the birthday candles on the cake at your surprise party and keeping the expansion in the back of your pharynx as you are exhaling and as you're bringing your corners of your lips together into this ooh vowel shape for the exhale. So try again. Open, release. Try a few more of those while I talk. Open, keep the space. Can you feel the stretched open feeling as you, good. And then the next step would be, rather than just exhaling with a candle blow exercise, you could try doing a siren. Do you feel comfortable doing that with the camera? Okay, that's okay. I'll just show you. So you would release. Looking to keep that space open for the whole simple siren, like, because that's a pretty simple exercise, so you can kind of just really think about, do I have the shape? And you don't even have to worry too much about how the tone quality sounds. We're just trying to find the feeling of the shape and notice the effect of the changes in the shape on your tone quality. And then another thing you could do is, I can't remember if I said this to you before, but like if you think of the sound you get when you blow over the top of a Coke bottle,
Yep,
if there's a
we've
little
done
bit
that
of water,
before.
so, or Coke inside, I guess. So you could
I
try
don't
to
drink
make that
Coke,
sound.
so.
Well, we know the sound. Ooh, 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 ooh. So it's the sound of a lot of space in the back. Ooh, and then bring the corners together in the front. Ooh, 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 ooh. And you should hopefully feel some like vibrations up in your nose. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So you can just experiment with hearing that like open in the front, more narrow in the back kind of sound like you get from a Coke bottle. So just try alternating those sounds and sensations that indicate space between like your concone exercises and your songs. Do you have any questions about any of that?
Nope.
Okay, good job.
You've been over all of that a gazillion times.
Yeah, I just